And welcome to everyone joining us. Well, joining me right here on Zoom. It's so good to have a little group here as we do every time. And welcome to all of you joining us wherever you are connecting. And I know a few of you sometimes email me to tell me that you are connecting on either on Facebook or YouTube. So hello to you. You know who you are. We never name names, but I think of you. And we're going to get started. You may close your eyes. And just find your breath. Take this moment to relax the body, making sure the belly can rise and fall freely and fully, and making sure you don't hold any tension on your face. Relaxing the jaw. And stay right here with the breath as I invite us into practice today with a little gong and a shalom chant. And chanting shalom as a way to bring into our practice energies of peace and wholeness, completeness and harmony, which are all translations of the word shalom. And if you want to chant with me, draw a breath now for shalom. And if you did chant with me, allow your body now to find once more the natural rhythm of its own breath. And because chanting always activates a little tension in the body in order to be able to chant, just find where that tension has arisen for you in any part of your body and relax. Simply observing the breath touching the inner walls of the nose, the sensations of the breath touching the inner walls of the nose, coming in, calm and refreshing, going out warm and healing. And you can stay right with those sensations and let my voice recede in the background as I invite the angels to come and meditate with us. Today, maybe we'll need Uriel, whose name means divine light, divine fire. Today, we might need Uriel to bring its light to keep us awake. Maybe we're a little tired today. Beaming its light into our mind, its brightness to keep us alert and awake, fight dullness, torpor, whatever the case may be. And maybe we'll need Uriel today, the fire of Uriel, the fire of curiosity. Maybe something will open for us and we'll, with curiosity, see if we can go a little deeper and observe and be with whatever is arising. And then on our left comes to sit Gavriel. And maybe we'll need Gavriel today. Gavriel means divine strength, divine courage. Maybe we'll need Gavriel today because we're kind of all over the place. We need to be more disciplined. Gavriel is the pillar of discipline, of steadfastness. Gavriel is the angel that keeps us glued to the object of meditation. So if we feel a little bit scattered brain today, then we'll need to meditate with Gavriel more, to keep us steady with the breath. And then behind us comes to sit Raphael, divine healing presence. And Raphael is the pillar of patience. And maybe that's what we need today. Maybe we feel impatient with our progress. We think we should be doing better in meditation by now, or whatever negative self-talk we indulge in. Raphael is there to tell us, be patient. Don't indulge in all of those negative words. Be patient with yourself. Yes, you will be distracted. Everybody is. But remember that the practice, the core of the practice, is to patiently go back to the object of meditation every time we are distracted. That's all. That's really all there is. I always use the image of two scales. One scale that is weighed with a lot of sand, the sand of distraction. And the other scale is empty. But every time with Raphael, we patiently break free from the distraction and come back patiently to the object of meditation. It's like taking a grain of sand on the scale of distraction and putting it on the scale of concentration. And if we do that time after time after time without engaging in negative self-talk, without ever beating ourselves up, simply, kindly, starting again with the breath, then the scale are going to start to tip in the other direction. We'll get to be more and more concentrated and less distracted. So be patient. And maybe that's what you need. You need Raphael today. On our right comes to sit Michael, Archangel Michael, and Michael in Hebrew means who is like God. And Michael is the pillar of equanimity. Maybe that's who we need today. Maybe we find ourselves caught in a thought. Maybe we find ourselves caught in an emotion. Maybe there's a very powerful running story that we are getting involved with, that is getting us to be reactive, strong emotions. Well, Michael is here to help us free ourselves from that. To not get involved, to not get reactive. To be like, to get ourselves a Teflon coating so that whatever arises just slides right off of us. And we can imagine all these angels sitting by our sides or know them to be part of us, ready to be activated, whatever we need today. Whatever we need today. Together with us, they speak a kavanah, an intention for our practice, that I might recognize awakened awareness now for the greatest good of all. So check in with yourself, see where you are. Which angel do you need right now to keep you on the breath? And you can use the remaining time we have together to practice with whichever angel you feel is needed right now. And if that's not exactly what you want to do, you're not exactly sure, I'm going to offer you a practice and you are free to grab onto that practice or not, up to you. But I always share from where I am and go from here. And I'm not shy in saying that I have found in my morning practice my mind to be very agitated today. And I study the mind. I see that my mind is stuck on what it likes to do best. Sometimes is rehearsing future conversations or rehashing past conversations. You know, the past conversations when you said to yourself, oh, I should have said this, I should have said that. Happens to us all the time. And then rehearsing future conversation. Oh, I will say this, or I will say that. So I was noticing my mind really stuck in those two sides of that coin. On a multitude of topics, by the way. There was no one thing. It was very interesting. So I observed and I watched. I tried to stay with the breath at the same time, of course. But at some point, I felt like I didn't want to watch the discourse anymore, the loud voices. And what helped me this morning, for some reason, I never tried this before, but what helped me this morning was to ask myself, what is aware? And I found that every time I was asking myself what is aware, then I could free myself from identifying with the ongoing inner dialogue inside the mind. And for a few moments, I could be fully with my breath. And then the mind would become loud again. I would get lost again. And then every time I stepped out of it, I said to myself, what is aware? What is aware of this? What is aware of all these thoughts, all these stories, all this back and forth, all the shoulds or shouldn'ts, all that the mind is doing by itself, weighing the pros and the cons and what ifs, and it's fascinating. All the while noticing how little control I had over all of it. It just rose up until it exhausted itself. But that's what I did. And I want to offer that as a possibility if you are in this place where a lot of competing thoughts are streaming in your awareness and becoming very loud, even through this meditation. Maybe you can ask yourself a kind of a mantra What is aware? Just to connect back with that part of self. Sometimes I call it the skyness that exists beyond and before all the clouds of thoughts coming and going, arguing with each other, some dark and stormy, whatever the case may be. So that is my offering today. Asking ourselves, what is aware? What is aware behind the clouds of thoughts coming and going? What is aware? What is aware of this breath coming in? What is aware of this breath going out? What is aware of all this agitation in the mind? What is aware of all the emotions in the heart? What is aware, untouched, unmoved, uninvolved? What is aware? Gently we let go of our practice, taking perhaps a couple of deeper breaths to help us transition out of our meditation. And we can also let the body stretch, wiggling our toes, our fingers, if we feel the need to do so. And as always, we'll close with our Shalom chant as we dedicate our practice to all beings and pray that all beings find that Shalom, that peace, that harmony, that wholeness in their minds, in their hearts, in their lives. Danny, thank you all.
Moda Ani, thank you.
Moda Ani.
Thank you.
Moda Ani and Chag Purim Sameach.
Chag Purim Sameach.
Modani, Chag Sameach.
We'll see you Thursday.